At a noisy railway station in a busy city, a man sat quietly on the ground, barefoot, dusty, forgotten. He was known as a beggar, one of many who survived on the coins and kindness of strangers. Each day, he walked up and down the train compartments, hands outstretched, whispering for help. Most ignored him. Some gave out of habit. But one day, something unexpected happened. As he approached a tall, well-dressed gentleman, hoping for a generous coin, the man stopped, looked at him carefully, and asked, "You always ask, but have you ever given?" The beggar was stunned. "Give?" he repeated. "Sir, I'm just a beggar. I have nothing to give." The man smiled and replied, "Then you have no right to ask. I believe in give and take. If you want something, find something to offer." And just like that, he stepped onto the train and disappeared into the crowd. The beggar sat frozen, replaying those words. No right to ask? Find something to offer? That night, he didn't beg. He didn't even sleep. He sat under the stars and asked himself, "What do I have that's worth giving?" For 2 days, he wandered in thought. Then, on the third day, he saw something. A patch of wildflowers growing near the station fence. Bright, beautiful, free. "Maybe I can give this," he whispered. He plucked a few and tucked them gently in his bag. And that day, as he begged on the train, for the first time he didn't just ask, he gave. "Thank you," he said with a bow, handing each person a flower in return for their kindness. At first, people were surprised. Then they began to smile. Some kept the flowers, some took photos, some gave him more than usual. He had given beauty, and the world gave back. Every morning from then on, he would gather flowers and hand them out with quiet gratitude. He noticed something strange. The more he gave, the more people came to him. And one day, as fate would have it, the same tall man boarded the train again. The beggar ran up and said with pride, "Today I have something to give you." He handed him a flower. The man smiled, gave him money, and said, "You've become a businessman like me." Those words echoed louder than the train whistle. "Businessman!" The beggar looked at the flower in his hand, then at the crowd admiring his gesture. And for the first time in years, he didn't feel small. He stood taller. He believed bigger. "I'm not a beggar," he whispered to himself. "I'm a giver. I'm a creator. I'm a businessman." 2 men boarded a train. One wore a suit and carried a leather briefcase. The other extended a hand and smiled. "Don't you remember me?" he asked. The man paused. "I'm sorry. I don't think so." The first man laughed. "You met me twice, once as a beggar, and once as the man who gave you a flower in return." The businessman's eyes widened. "That was you? But look at you now." The man nodded. "Today, I own a flower shop. Actually, 3 shops. All because you asked me a question no one ever had. What do you have to give?" That question didn't shame me. It woke me up. In life, we often wait for people to give, for luck to arrive, for something to change. But what if the change begins with us? You don't have to be rich to give. Sometimes a kind word, a smile, a flower is more valuable than gold. True success begins not with how much we take, but how much we choose to offer. And the moment we stop seeing ourselves as beggars of life is the moment life starts giving us everything we once thought we lacked. You're not empty, you have something to give, and that's where everything begins.